Welcome everybody to a new video, new more or less series in a way. This is gonna be about me just covering what I've done in a single player world in GTNH New Horizons, like one of the most biggest mod packs that takes the longest to beat. And I'm thinking about making a video for every year that I've spent in this world. As you can see, top left, it's hard to really show, but around here you will be able to see year 2 day 1 at the moment and the time. That is in-game days, or the in-game time. So in-game I spent around a year. Now let me check for the statistics, as this will have a different time if it actually shows minutes played. So 3.25 days I spent total in this world, and that's real life time. So it's quite a bit, quite a lot. First of all, I've done more than I guess in the streams. This is a different world, so this isn't the one from the streams. I might eventually continue it, but not sure. But I'm just gonna give you a tour and how it's all been going, you know. So yeah, let's head into it. First of all, the main area here, the outside. I have here actually currently is planning to be a temporary farm. I have here really temporary from the early stages, a little farm here for food, which I eventually used to get the quest for the healing axe to complete. I have also here lots of trees on bonsais, and a lot of trees on crop sticks, so they can easily be grown. So I've been here, I think maybe around day 300, and I've started really trying to get into the crop sticks as such, into really farming, because I needed a lot of sticky resin for the things that I needed to make, which this took me way too long to get a stickweed. They take way too long and I don't like it that took so long. But as you can see, I have a lot of extra stuff here. Some may be good, some may be less. Ooh, turnip. I needed a turnip for something. But lots of different ones, some that can even hurt me, like the bamboo, cactus and thorn vines. I have here an empty plot which I used to try and breed, but it took way too long with just 2 plots even. Oh well. Also cotton, something you really need, and I guess I can get rid of the ground garden now, because I have all the required things. I'll show you what I mean with that. So if you now go inside of the base, which here's the entrance, very grand. I've gone with like a wood-like feel, with great wood planks, canopy planks, twilight oak wood, and spruce planks. But the reason for the gardens is because here in this chest, and this one, and this one, I've compiled all of the, I guess, foods, or at least most of them, so I can easily know, like, have I gotten everything from the gardens from Pam's Harvest Craft. I'm gonna move a little bit away from that side, but that's just so I know, because, well, as you can see at the bottom, I have cold hearts. That's because I've eaten X amount of food, which I think, yeah, here in the food journal I have 541 types of food I guess eaten, 10 bonus hearts, which means an entire row, and I need to eat 9 more things for the next one. So I have a lot of things already done. So here, the bedroom, very little, nothing too special. But on the outside still, I have here a Twilight Forest portal. I didn't have that back in the day. Also, lots of berry bushes, but I don't really eat any of them nowadays. I'm most likely just using the healing axe, which the quest I'll probably end off with. How that's all of it going. Also a couple trees here. Nothing too much, nothing too special. Here I have a coke oven and an iron tank to keep all the creosote oil, because you make a lot of it. I also use it nowadays to make torches, because that's more efficient. Before I head inside and really give a tour, I would like to mention my steam production. I have here 2 high pressure solar boilers and a simple solar boiler with 2 Realcraft water tanks. Now, of course, down below I have also my steam machines, and I don't know why, but oh yeah, also a couple more steam generators down there that need water. But these guys produce water, and the reason I have this here is because this one was getting close to empty, I guess, because I also use water for different things. But this one was getting empty, and the one was completely full. No water going out, so I thought, let's try and at least move the water out of it into this one. So this one is currently filling up, and then this one is actually emptying. But that means that this one has time to, I guess, also refill. So now this one is filling, and this one is filling themselves at the same time, and this one is also filling him at the same time as well. Also just random stuff here if I need water for anything, which I used to need. Also for the creosote I have here tanks, which basically here is an iron tank valve, which basically automatically outputs the fluid into something below that can accept at least the fluid. Also crafting station if I need to make torches, for instance, in this case at least. Then yeah, I have an ender portal over there, and let's head inside. Also, I can probably get rid of this, but I'll do that for the next year. Now, if you head inside, already talked about the materials here, bedroom, and then the main storage area here. I'll wait off with it because it's a lot of talking. I have here at least a brick blast furnace just off the side, quickly mentioning it. Also, silverwood planks. I only use it as the bottom for the torches. Make it a little nicer. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see here are all my, I guess, ingots and such. Currently 18 steel, but I have a stack of steel here. Also, put it on helmet. Now here is my, I guess, tinker's place. At least, yeah, for now it's all tinkers. I have here a smeltery with lots of room. Can't really see much here. Of course, using lava for it as fuel. With molten bronze, aluminum, brass, stone, and some gold still in it. And some casts and such. I believe, yeah, here are all the other casts that I have that I can use. And here are the balance. This one it's also going to be a smeltery, but it's not set up yet, and its main purpose is going to be for the Enderman, because I'm planning on having an Enderman with regenerating as a trait, so that it keeps making resonant ender or something, which then I can pour out and make ender pearls indefinitely, because my current supply is only 4, and I never really killed an Enderman yet. But that's this room. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going on this side of my base, I guess. But here we have a ginormous tunnel stretching a long area, which now is also a great time to mention my backpack. It's actually a copter pack, which, if I do it correctly, I can activate hover mode and go way quicker through the tunnel, because it's quite a long tunnel. Of course, I have found loot games. Didn't really get far. I think this one was a memory one. I tried, but didn't really work out that well. And also another Minesweeper. Didn't really get that far, sadly. But for the copter pack, if you don't know, at least I'm using creosote for it. Okay, not enough used yet. But all the way on this side of the base, after the long tunnel, which I'm gonna sleep real quick. And yes, I have a sleeping bag. It's very nice not having to carry around a bed all the time. But here I was thinking of making I guess a nature area, just a place for my bees that I'm going to have. So I have here a bee house at the moment, but no bees or such in it. Flowers for the bees and maybe even trees if needed. And a ginormous farm plot. I have made these chunk aligned, so keeping the same things always chunk aligned will help you with the base and prevent any problems with multi-blocks, which the brick blast furnace, I believe it was, the one making steel, that one is on a chunk border, so I'm gonna have to move it eventually. But as you can see here, I've it all chunk aligned in a way that works. But here, ginormous farm plot, and those are also going to be ginormous farm plots eventually, and those are going to be for bees. But that's just, I guess, a side project. I mean, I'm not using these yet, at least not the farm plots. Bee house, not really. I will eventually probably get them, but not for now. But that's mostly because when I go back to my home, it isn't really, it's too far away. So when I am at the base, the general main area, there's a problem with the distance, meaning it's not loaded. So the crops won't grow or anything. I need to be in the area for that, sadly. That's why I'm gonna need chunk loaders, which are fueled off of ender pearls. Now let's go to the other side of the base, which doesn't have a long tunnel. Here I have basically my steam area. It seems this one is already out of coal. I have here a high pressure lava boiler, currently empty. Too lazy to refill at the moment. A high pressure coal boiler with nothing in, and here another coal boiler, which all of them have to get water, otherwise boom, which I did have had. It's not fun having a giant explosion happen, not fun. But here I have some steam machines. Of course, here's the behind. From the solar panels, steam comes down here, all the way here, goes actually down a bit, and here it splits off to other machines, also water for there. And here it goes to all my steam machines, which are basically the inputs and outputs are automatic. So, and I know this is an annoying sound, but here I am macerating stuff like magnetic ore and tetrahedrite for their crushed counterparts, and I know this is very full. I'm gonna need to do stuff about it. I'm gonna get one stack. Here, yeah, blocks of coal because of the compressor that I have. This is, by the way, a macerator. I have here a forge hammer, which I used to use. It's basically like a way of making plates. It's 3 ingots to 2 plates, so not the most efficient, but it works. I have an alloy smelter, a extractor, which sadly doesn't have a fluid input or output or anything, and a steam furnace, which I almost never use because it's very slow. For the piping I used, at least in the beginning, I've used the bronze fluid pipes, even made some quadruple bronze fluid pipe, but doesn't really work, not really that effective. But nowadays I'm using huge polymer fluid pipes, capable of storing 24,000 millibuckets of steam or otherwise known as 24 buckets of steam. But if we go down here, and yes, I know, mineral sands vein here, right on top of my base. If we follow these pipes, yeah, here I had a little bit more steel pipes for some reason, don't remember why. But it's plugged into this basic steam turbine. And I know here also started decorating. Before day 300 this wasn't really decorated. The only part that was at least nicely made was like the floor in the in here. Just here the floor, and here a good chunk of the floor, and for the rest nothing. All the walls and such came after day 300. But here, I'm gonna stay down a bit. The steam here comes all the way here to the basic steam turbine, LV it is, and basically uses the steam to make power, or EU as it's called, transported into this battery buffer with small lithium batteries, which are the LV tiers. All of them are currently full, but this means that currently 1 amp is going in here, because the steam turbine is 1 amp of power. Now here, every battery in a battery buffer can output 1 amp of energy, which every machine, with only a few exceptions, use more than 1 amp of energy. But it means that every time that I'm running something, it requires 1 amp of power. So here I'm using an ore washing plant, which takes currently 1 amp of power. Also, here's where the water is going, because I need water for it to wash the ores. And I'm doing this currently, at least for tetrahedrite. It's just to get the extra chance output, like antimony dust in this case, which I can, I think, use for batteries. I believe it was the case. Antimony ingots. I don't remember. Oh well, I don't really remember specifically what or where, but it's used for, I believe, the batteries. Yeah, I have a basic sifting machine too, which I nowadays use for coal that has been washed here, crushed coal ore, because then I can get loads of coal, which I'll need for charcoal coke, or no, block of coal coke eventually. Because this is made from, oh, I can also do this. Okay, that I didn't know. But the coal coke, I can get that from coal, which if wanted to get from the sifter, you can get a load of it. Of course, its first one is guaranteed, and then 90%, 80% chance, 70, 60, and then a 50%. So it's not guaranteed, but at least there's enough room for it. I also have a blue fluid solidifier, currently just always ready to make rubber sheets. A chemical reactor ready to make rubber, because it's really used a lot. I also have a wire mill and a bending machine, because of course those are the most useful ones. Bending machine to make plates and such, and even foils, and the wire mill to make wire and fine wire. So basically the two most needed components when making stuff. Also, I have a basic assembling machine with some woolen rubber in it, so I can easily coat some cables, because some cables, like PCR tin, I could do it like from 1x cable, immediately put some rubber on it, rubber sheets on it, and then try and convert it up, or I can just immediately make 12x cable and then put it in the assembler with rubber, and it immediately coats it, which is very efficient at least. But next I also have an electrolyzer. I made to get some chlorine. Next also a canning machine, which is needed to make the batteries at least like useful. Otherwise you will have empty batteries, but now you can fill it with lithium at least. Lithium is also the best one at LV, It is reusable and stores the most power, I believe. But you have to put lithium in the batteries in the canning machine, and also a centrifuge, I believe, yeah, to get refined glue. Also behind the scenes, I have, I have a transformer here going from LV power to ULV. So 1 amp goes in, and I get actually 4 amps out, but I'm only using 1 amp. And that's just for the simple washer here, if I ever want that. It is a Quest this, so I did it just cause. But currently this room, it's big, and I know. I'm planning to put all the other LV machines here, and possibly even a corridor or something there. And I was also thinking automation on that wall, but of course I haven't gotten that far yet. Now let's head first to the inventory real quick. Away from the macerator. I have here at least my armor. The armor is just random stuff that I have gotten from one way or another. So I have imp skin, iron chestplate, chain leggings, and iron boots. Just random stuff that I got. Next I also have buckets, empty cells, and steel fluid cells. The steel ones I've gotten via quest rewards. Did not make them myself at least. But I'm currently using them to store creosote, which I can still not? Oh, I could put it in by now. Huh, oh well. But these cells are usually used to move fluids around. Now that this one is done, I could put another stack in there. 3 antimony from a stack. That's not much. Because if we look at the recipe, yeah, ore washer, that redried on 11.11%, so that's not that much, but it's something at least. And of course stone dust you get from it. But I also have torches, currently only on 3, because the last thing that I did, actually right before it turned to year 2, was mine. I was gonna mine for some nickel, and I did get some nickel, a lot of it. But I also have steel ingots here and a tool forge, which is basically used to repair all of my tools except the netherite lumber axe. Because apparently it was best if you used, I believe, yeah, netherrack for it. So I did. And I guess I don't regret it, but oh well. Now I can't always repair it. Also flint and steel, so I cannot really get stuck in the nether. Hopefully. But I have here a steel broadsword currently with a bronze white dot and a bronze tool rod. Of course steel sword blade, because that's, I guess, the head of it. The steel hammer, I have a steel hammer head, a bronze large plate, a steel large plate, and a steel tough rod for it. A steel pickaxe, which steel pickaxe head, a wooden binding, and an obsidian tool rod. Also I have auto repair on it, a creeper head, because of wanting to boost, I guess, the level of something. The reinforced, I believe, was because of the obsidian and auto repair. All the other things don't have anything really. I have a steel metal, which is basically a shovel and an axe and a hoe in one. Very useful. Which a steel axe head, a steel shovel head, and a slime tool rod. And we also have a steel excavator here, which basically is a 3x3 shovel. Also the hammer is a 3x3 pickaxe in a way. But yeah, it's currently at steel excavator head, steel large plate, steel tough binding, and steel tough rod. A lot of steel, I know. The netherrack lumber axe, which is in a way a 3x3 axe, but can also just chop down an entire tree if you start at the bottom at least. But that's very handy. And also I have a healing axe, which is a quest reward which you can work towards, or you can try and make it unstable ingot, or other types of Mobius, unstable, stable ingots, and obsidian sticks, but I'm not that far yet. So I need an iron ingot, a division sigil which is activated, and a diamond. But you know, iron ingots, easy. Diamonds, not really that difficult, pretty easy, but activating the division sigil, that's way more difficult. That's gonna take a lot of time, and yeah, sleeping bag like I said. I also have the holo glasses, it's a quest reward, which lets you see what's inside. So I can see there's a battery inside, crushed ore, other types of ore, antimony, stone dust, and water, which is very handy. Also in the bubble slots I have a V-stone. For some reason, like, I have it just because I found it in the Twilight Forest. Also the mundane belt, no idea what at least this one does there. I just have it. So yeah. Also I have pizza gloves for if I need to, I guess, carry around something hot, like lava for instance. But they apparently do have durability, which I didn't know. Also I have a hide shield, which is basically in my attack place. So if I get attacked, I have a shield, which I can use, but I never really use it. Of course, for the space race stuff, yeah, Galacticraft. I'm not that far yet, that's I believe in HV, and I'm only in LV. Let's see, is this equipment? I think it's equipment, yeah, that's everything and everything. So here you can see I have 700% attack apparently, 100% speed, 13 armor, 20 health apparently. Not sure if that's correct, probably not. But yeah. Also if you're looking here with all my bookmarks, just a lot of random stuff, really don't pay attention. Last thing is because I wanted to get ready. This is also why I needed nickel. It's got the copper nickel coil blocks, because I need that for a electric blast furnace, which makes steel a bit faster, because this is taking forever, this steel, like way too long. Also here's the coal coke that I'm going to. Yeah, next I guess is the storage. I'm gonna put this quickly away. What did I put on my antimony? Here? No, I'll just put it here. So, let's start off with the obvious, the barrels. I have here a barrel from Jabba which contains netherrack, a lot of it. In total it's close to 3000 netherrack, which on it you can see I believe 45 stacks of netherrack plus 52. I also have here random technician coins in the barrel, 10 stacks of 64 plus 51. Next, cobblestone, way too much I have of it. Oh, also lag spike. Yeah, I'm dealing with a lot of lag spikes while playing, so that's something I have to deal with, sadly. But it's not that big of a deal, I hope. Unless that takes way too long. Game. Okay, the lag spike is gone. Now here I have like 148 stacks of just stacks of cobblestone here, with 76 stacks plus 15 cobblestone. This is like a load. Basically 8,000 plus 8,000 plus 4,000 cobblestone. That's not nothing. That takes a lot of time. Also started to get a one with stone dust, currently at 900. Of course, dirt, currently at about 1800 dirt. I mean, I guess it's easier just to say the amount. Here I have about like one away from 1400 gravel, which is also quite a lot. like 400 cotton here for some reason. Also soybeans, I have almost 200. Zero rubber wood, because I've already used it all, I guess. But I have 300 oak saplings and 300 wood, more or less. So in the barrels I have a lot. Now in the middle here I have of course an anvil, a carving station, a chest full of random stuff at the moment. I used to keep some food stuff here in here. Gonna grave other things. I have an extra tin cable, which as you can see here, the max voltage that can go through is 32, meaning it's at LV. It's LV power type. The max amperage is 12 because it's 12x cable, and the loss per meter per amperage is 1 EU, I guess per cable. So 1 EU gets lost every time. So sad, that's something I have to deal with, but it's a-okay. Of course I have small batteries here, and some sodium batteries, and a lithium one. Of course some crushed coal currently here, getting ready I guess for eventually to be used for something. Some backup coal, and some diggers backpacks, ready to be used whenever. Now on the other side, in the part that the crafting station interacts with, are all of the tools here that I have from RegTech. So a butcher knife and such, all of them are in here, even some sticks, iron and a couple of stone. If I need any to make anything new, like maybe a new screwdriver, a new hammer, or maybe a new mortar, and I can just easily make it here. Also some spare bronze hulls, which I'm probably not going to use, but oh well. But that's just a lot of stuff, I guess. Next, I have furnaces. Currently nowadays out of charcoal, but only a couple here. Also another furnace, basically made it for a quest. And next we have the chest itself, which will take quite a while. I'll start over here. This is my foods chest, full of, I guess, stuff you can eat, like epic bacon, supreme pizza, and loads of potions. Also ultimate stew from Avaritai, which is basically like endgame something, because this is the recipe. Then an extreme crafting table, or a dire crafting table. You get 9, huh? But this you make here in the extreme crafting table to make Affinity Catalyst with loads of other stuff. The most important one of note, an Eternal Singularity. Let's see how that's made. Huh. Cosmic Neutronium and block of black plutonium. Huh. And lots of other stuff, like lots of other types of singularities. Meteoric, yeah. Ooh, a lot of more stuff. I'm at alloy, alumite, ender. Let's see. For one singularity I need 608 blocks of ender pearls. Yeah. And then you use just one to get one. Another one. That's basically, oh yeah. Also you have assembly line stuff. So RegTech New Horizons is full and expensive of everything. Like look at this, infinity blocks, stacks of it. Or how about some 32.8 million neutronium? Yeah, casual. Like yeah, 32.768 liters of neutronium, more or less. Just to make a Stargate radiated containment plate. You're gonna need more of this probably. Let's see. Ah yeah, a load of it. And more. But as you can see, stuff gets expensive real quick in this game. So just keeping it here. Next, just nature stuff. Not really special, I guess. I do have my stockpile of fireflies here. And all stuff, because I do use the fireflies here as some added ambience. Because they can make some particle effects and I guess a bit nicer. Next up, some rubber trees and sticky resin, so I can easily access it. And then here, recently added a chest for Botania flowers at the moment. Just because this one I got from a quest reward, and this one I've just gotten while mining for nickel. Next up here I have crafting, the applied energetic steel stuff, also some bone meal, and this armor I can actually put here in my random armor and tools chest, which contains more backpacks, but also stuff like an iron axe, or maybe even a scepter of life draining, or an Ophenix, or maybe a field kit. Who knows? Spray cans, I got them all. A lot of it. Next we have the wood chest, basically all of the woods that I have, which aren't in there, are in here. But there's oak wood. There we go. So yeah, a lot of it. Also a lot of silverwood planks and such. Next, mob drops, which I do count trophies as mob drops, which I have killed a lich and some nagas before. The lich took way too long and I actually kind of cheesed it. But oh well. So that's all the mob drops. Next up, ores. Here I have a load of ores. Like really just a bunch of stuff. Like basalt mineral sands, lazurites, garnerites, like a lot of stuff. Also iron gravel and aluminum gravel for some of the more notable things. Here I also have a load of dust, I guess. Mostly all impure, maybe sometimes normal dust which aren't impure, like gypsum, aluminium. No, aluminium. Yeah, there's a difference between aluminium and aluminum, I believe. And also random cobalite dust for some reason. And then here we have all of the crushed variants. Also purified I've put in here because I need to put it somewhere. And all the way up here some random other materials like a piston that can be used for stuff, clay, flint, and maybe even books. Here I've just put those stuff there because I don't remember what I needed, what I was going to craft, and well, I just put them there for some reason. Here loads of blocks like sand, red granite, dungeon walls from the mini game, also clay or stained clay. So a load of stuff, also glass and good stuff. And here is just a load of random stuff. Like I do have a division sigil, but it's not activated yet, sadly. But if you're wondering why I have all these dice, they are just because of loot bags, annoying ones. Next up we have here the more rewards like stuff. So I have here loot bags ready to eventually be turned in with the quest rewards, because I want every quest complete, no matter what it takes eventually. It's gonna take a lot of time. But I also have here miniature yellow hearts. For some reason, don't know if I can actually use them. Probably not. And also some extra hearts, which I eventually can use to actually get more hearts. But not for now. Also, I put the diamond ore here separate, just because of the quests. Next, here are all like more minerals and such that I have, like sulfur dust, mostly ingots and such, lapis lazuli. So a load of stuff, also lead dust and such. Got them all. Here are some random crack tech things that I have, including the rubber sheets, some pipes and such. Also an LV emitter that I randomly got from loot games, and a muffler upgrade. Also some mining pipe. Yeah, and here we have again the food that I was talking about earlier. Up here the industrial craft 2 stuff, so like the ones with just the crops part that it is for. Up here random pieces of loot like chipped rock salt, chipped flowers and such. All these kinds of things, even exquisite. I'm just gonna put them in here. And yeah, I'm gonna forget about them. Next up here, a lot of seeds that I have that I'm not really currently using or anything. Just random here. Next I have here frozen, like all of the combs from the bees, and an untreated frame. It's basically stuff that you get from the bees. Next I have all of the queen, like the princesses. The ones here up top I have already, I guess, analyzed with the field kit. The one here at the bottom, not yet. But I've only got slowest workers and slow workers in here, which are annoying, or slower worker, because they take long. We have an empty chest. This filing cabinet contains the drones, or basically the men, the workers. They are able to stack in here. The queens, they can't. I wish they could. Next up here, just actually ties in with this. I want to have every sapling, or at least every tree, eventually planted, to get every one of those foods to have gotten eaten and such, you know, all of those types. And I'm trying to keep it really like neat and tidy. There's also, this one is also part of it, but couldn't really fit in here. This is my collection at the moment. Apple, avocado, cashew, cherry, coconut, maple, nutmeg, olive, orange, pear, pecan, walnut, gooseberry. Next up, some slime stuff, slime islands, also slime balls. Do we have some in here? Yeah. I'll move the slime balls to mob drops. Here. Next up, we also have a lot of random saplings. These are apple oak saplings. They are not useful, at least not for me at the moment. That's something else. Yeah, and then we're back at the start. Let me think. I don't think I've missed anything. I hope not, at least. But I have. Oh yeah. Last but not least, the quest book. So, first of all, the first chapter, and so it begins. Completely complete. Tips and tricks. I guess, yeah, a couple things, but some requires a rocket tier 1, for instance, requirements. Or other stuff. Space bumping. Yeah, those are a lot of stuff. And also tier 1 or tier 0 Stone Age. This we have done in the stream before, but I've gotten a lot of stuff by now. Sadly, I have not found this iron ore for some reason. Don't know why. Also, the annoying part with this is, if I want to look at it, like the recipe to get it, normally it would say where it's from, but error message, sadly. So yeah, of course all the rest here. The next, the Steam page, I've also got complete, and oh boy, this is rough iron and it's annoying to make, because you need to make iron nuggets first, then smelt them down for rough iron nuggets, and then compress them to make the ingots. Like, that's annoying. Well, of course, all the rest, which of course the nether here, and then going into the steam turbine with of course the circuits, which the circuits are also annoying to make. Look, okay, this is not quite here. Let me just see here. So we need resistors, steel casing, which is basically just an iron ingot, vacuum tubes, a red alloy, alright, circuit board, yeah, that stuff, and you can do it like this, with a wood plank and sticky resin like this. Depends on how you want to do it, but that's not that special. Resistors, yeah, a lot of stuff. You need coal or lignite dust, or carbon. Huh. I might use carbon then, maybe. And of course some type of glue and copper. Takes quite a bit of time. Um, next the vacuum tubes as well. A load of stuff. And this one actually requires steel and red alloy. And a glass tube is actually just glass. But circuits are expensive. Which, if you want to make a machine, you have to make a machine hull. Which, okay, rough iron plates, steel plates, tin cable. But the casing, it's 8 steel plates. That's expensive. It takes way too long here to even make 5 ingots. Currently 28 steel ingots, doing good. But it's very expensive. Next up, the LV page that I'm working on. I know a lot of not finished, but still I have quite a bit of quest. For instance, here on the left, we have the battery. So you start with tetrahedrite, stepnite and copper. Release that vein, and from tetrahedrite and stepnite you're able to get antimony, which then for the battery alloy and so on. Of course I don't have everything, but I do have here the assembling machine, of course. And I guess because it's only a retrieval task, I get this reward. I can at least do the quest. Otherwise, to make it, it's 2 circuits, brass alloy, tin cable and soda quartz. I have not made any brass yet. So that's, yeah, something special. But next for the quest we have fishing, farming and cooking. Basically a start for the farming, which actually wants me to have a scanner, so I can scan bees and such. But I basically skipped it and immediately went for stickweeds, because I just need it. I probably couldn't even make a scanner. But here on the right, loads of food. Eventually even quest line to get a hearty breakfast made, which you will need for the Hunger No More quest, which gives the healing eggs. Now you see a lot of gardens, yeah? So you need 8 of every garden. Requires the nether, by the way. Also water gardens, get them while you can and try and grow them. They're also luckily able to be crafted, but they are annoying. They are so rare to get. Of course, loads of tofu, which is basically just soybeans, but then crafted into something else. And then also loads of stuff. Rainbow curry, for instance. Like a lot of stuff, like a lot of food, yeah. Lavender, only spawns in one biome, annoying to find, only in lavender fields or something like that. Like curry rice, yeah, easily made. Blue orchid, poppy, dandelion, grass and such, easy, yeah. And burning blossom, the nether. So to get the healing eggs, you really need to be in the nether eventually. Next up, something special, supreme pizza. Alright, you need a pizza with all of them. And all of this. So it's a load of stuff. Beef Phantom and such in bread, not really special. Delighted meal. Basically like your Happy Meal but better. So you have fries, a smoothie, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and beef and toast. So a lot of steps. And a hearty breakfast. All of this. Chocolate milk or just juice. Potato cakes and such. Like a load of recipes. And that's all. And you have to trade it in, right? You don't have not only just get it, but you have to give it in. So you don't have it anymore to get it, because it's all consumed. So that's annoying. But I mean, I have it, luckily. Next, getting around without dying, just things that helps you get around, and things that, I guess, makes you alive, keeps you alive. Also, one time I made iron armor just for the quest, to eventually be able to get more stuff. Let's see, building better bases. The only thing I did here is make an empty spray can, quite easy. Forestry and multi-farms. Here I just mostly, I guess, started it. So I got started the quest, which I believe is from the Steam chapter. and then just made a working table, which I don't use. First the core block, and next is the carpenter. Which the carpenter I will need for the beast later on. Multi-block goals, basically all of your GregTech multi-blocks. So you can see here the brick blast furnace, 72 gypsum for the first time, like a lot of stuff, like 1008 clay, if you don't have another way of making clay dust. Luckily, optional, not required, so I'm not gonna do that like otherwise. Well, of course, you have also another one. This one I actually kind of cheesed it because it's retrieval. I just eventually made sure the brick blast furnace wasn't running, the one that I have, and I broke it down, picked it up, you know, and it counted. Very nice. Up here we have the one for the smeltery. So here you can choose. You can or create it, which I was doing, or you can steal it. But if you are going to steal it, don't check this box. You will not get the rewards. I made that mistake. It locks you out of the other one. Really annoying. And this also gives a hint to what tells you how to get the infinite ender pearls. So a way to get ender pearls, you know? Ender pearls, woohoo! Of course, automation a little bit. Don't really use that as automation, but it exists. Of course, here for the multiple tanks, and here's for the EVF that I'm going to go next, probably. Also, something important that I also probably will need to get soon is a air filter, or an electric elf air filter, because the machines make pollution. At least the multi-blocks, like this guy makes pollution. This guy makes pollution. That's why even a muffler hatch reduces pollution to 100%. It covers 0% of CO2, SCO2. So yeah, how to generate power, just one quest, that's the steam one. The rest I haven't really dabbled in, but loads of ways to do it. Oil you can also use for a load of stuff, but haven't really gotten in touch with it. You can also make biofuel. It's not really something special here with the custom that I've already gotten. It's just optional and retrieval. It's just hold a stack of it. And then a load of coke oven bricks for the rest. But that's another way to make power. Applied logistics. You will need, I think, HV or the one after that. It's still got a load, but it's basically because you need titanium, and that's on the moon, which you need a rocket for, which is HV. But it has loads of stuff. Also, you have here like fluid storage, goes from 1K to 4K to 16K, 64K, and how about E2 tier 2 fluid storage? Yeah, 256K fluids, 1024K, 4096K fluid, or 64K essentia. Or shall we go with more item storage? Yeah, same amounts. Yeah, 4K. How about 16,000K and a bit more K storage? Also, crafting storage if you want to autocraft, and extra storage cells. How about if you want to go bigger? Quantum storage. Let's see. Holds basically 134 million of a singular item. Perfect for stone, cobblestone. Or you want to go bigger? How much is this? So you have thousands, a million, a billion, a trillion. So a little bit more than, so 576, and then also yeah, because that's beyond trillion, and I don't really know what's beyond trillion. Way too much. Too much knowledge. But I also have been working on bees, and I thought maybe impregnated frames. They are required if you have vegetable bee breeding. But oh, carpenter. So not able to. I guess creosote blocks and such. Not that difficult, I think. And of course a carpenter. Or a chemical bed, but I don't have that yet. Is that cheap to do? 5 seconds. This one doesn't say. Okay. But here, the last thing I also did here was tropical bees, try and find them. Took way too long. Couldn't really find it at first. But here is for the upgraded homes. Which this will allow you to do bee breeding. Woohoo! And lots of genetic stuff as well here. So here, bee breeding. I mean, I've completed these 2 quests, they're just check marks. And this is the first quest, trying to get you into bee breeding. Next up, novice thaumaturgery. Basically, it starts with Twilight Forest, also potent pipes. I've never made this one, a regular potent fluid pipe, always made the bigger ones. But here, this is like all Twilight Forest. And also some infused stone. So you need, if you want to go into Stormcraft, you have to go into the Twilight Forest. Flower power. This is just basically Botania. But I think it's still early in progression, or at least early in getting made in the quest and like behind the scenes. Also here, witchery. Just only have 1 quest for the seeds. Next, kill all the things. Now here you can see my progress with the with killing in the Twilight Forest. In the next one I'm gonna have to kill Stabino Shroom. I have found a place, but not really going yet for the kill. Of course we have things here like cows, pigs, chicken, such, squid and such. And also other stuff, other enemies. Eventually, if you kill all of these, eventually I think there will be a quest for the Wither, which will unlock this, which then you can trade for a life canister, and this gives more health. Very handy, very useful. Here is the place where I want to spend the coins. For instance, here another hive that I still want. Already put 50 out of 20 in, and the rest I still have to get there. Like stainless steel. That's at Eevee. I'm not that far yet. Ocean beast, steadfast beast, monastic beast. Not there yet. Of course, also wire. A load of it. And here is the actually place why I was saving up for diamonds ore, because I'm gonna have to put it in here with blacksmith coins. Also, I can get another healing axe and holo glasses, and also some other stuff. I can spawn a hydra. Oh, that requires the smoking jets. Fire jet, smoking block. Oh, but I need to kill the Minotaur. Shroom. I need Maystone. I don't think I have Maystone. Otherwise I would have already gotten it. Huh. The Legend Naga already got them. Easy. Well, not specifically easy, but oh well. And here I also want this one, so this is why I'm actually saving up the quests. Because, for instance, Magic Novice loot packs can go to Magic Adept. Same for the other stuff. Also, from basic loot decks to Steam, all the way to LUV. So, a lot. More magic, some blood magic, Space Invaders, bees, food, transportation, and a lot of stuff. Here you can also get the food every so often. Just another way to get it. Yeah, that's actually it. With an hour of recording time. Now, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. It took me like 4 days to record this in-game time. Thank you everybody for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also join the Discord server with the link in the description. And not only that, I'm probably gonna make a playlist out of this for the next years. So there will also be a link in the description for that. And if you're watching this and I don't have 60 subscribers yet, then there's a subscriber special for 60 subscribers. People who are in the Discord and are subscribed to my channel will be able to participate in the special, to play along with me and other people in a map in Minecraft that I made myself. And yes, made myself with command blocks and such, which took a lot of time and a lot of effort. So please hit that subscribe button, and yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next stream. No, not next stream. Ha, I'm too used to streaming. Sorry. And I'll see you all in the next video or stream, depending on which one. Now, bye bye everybody.